rounds of boxing for the IBF Junior Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing to you first the challenger on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with red trim, hailing from Los Angeles, California, by way of Ciudad Obregón, Sonora, Mexico. He weighed in at a junior welterweight limit of 140 pounds even. His record stands at 31 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, and 1 no contest, with 25 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the IBF number 15th ranked junior welterweight contender, introducing the hard-hitting Hector, El Cañonero Quiroz. And his opponent across the ring is the defending world on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing silver trunks with black and red trim, fighting out of and representing his home of Brooklyn, New York. He weighed in at a ready 139 1/4 pounds. With a record of 24 wins and 1 no contest, he has no losses, with 18 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight he is making the 3rd defense of his title. Here is the undefeated IBF Junior Welterweight Champion of the World, introducing Zab Super Judah. And once again, a referee in charge, Dale Grable, now to give instructions. 12 rounds of championship boxing.
Gentlemen, you're given your instructions in the dressing room. Listen to my commands and obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Gentlemen, your trunks are just right. Keep them right there. Good luck to both of you. Touch gloves.
The formality's over. They now retreat to their respective corners. There's Zab Judah.
You have to see how quick Judah gets into his mode by using that right hand, that right jab. If he gets that rolling early, kind of hard to slow him down.
It would make a tough night for that man, Hector Quiroz.
Quiroz has to keep the pressure on Judah, take away his jab. Throw his big punch. It's not that easy. You keep guys running around the ring so quick as he does.
It's one thing to see it on paper, but the paper moves. You look at Judah, and there was a quick right hand by Quiroz right off the bat.
He's right after him, Dave. He's not wasting any time. He's trying to get respect from Judah.
Quiroz with the right hand lead against the lefty. That's a good idea.
Downstairs, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Quick shot by Judah.
And you notice Judah's not up on his toes. He's just standing right in front of Quiroz.
Judah has his hands held down low. Wants to fire an up jab.
I think Judah's found his range already.
There's a right hook. Just missed with a big left hand. Good right hook by Judah to the body.
He dug that one in there. Quiroz is backing up. And he's bringing his hands down. That body shot really hurt him, I think.
Yeah, he really delivered everything with full leverage. Judah has Quiroz backing up. Good combinations here by Judah.
Judah fought Teron Millette. He got a little sloppy, got dropped, and he dropped him. This fight, very controlled by Zab Judah. Right in front of his man, no mistakes, quick punches. Quick, short punches.
He wants to get the short punches home and then get out.
There it is.
Big shot by Judah. Left hand.
Off his head. Off his head,
You know he'll go right back to it.
Judah's a good finisher.
Well, he shakes Quiroz right away.
Look for Judah to throw that straight left down the middle.
Here he comes, a big left hand. Quiroz being held up by the ropes, able to get off this time.
Hands down, it looks like Colonel Whitaker with the Duke move.
Doing some shaking and baking is Judah.
Judah taking some chances by keeping his hands down against a big puncher, but showing complete disdain. I think he knows he can take Quiroz out of there whenever he wants to.
Scores with 2 more. snaring at Quiroz as he drives 2 more home to the body.
Good body punch, and he's digging him all full leverage.
Punishing shots by Zab Judah.
Let's go to man.
Judah's right in front of him, giving him a target to hit, but he's so quick. He knows how to move that upper torso. Just missed the uppercut.
He moves the head enough, too, so that he doesn't get caught. Well, first round was a big round for Judah. Quiroz lands near the bell.
Give me a towel, give me a towel, I need a towel. Come on, it's over, it's over. Yeah. No, it's all right, you're all right. Don't give him no free shots, man. Don't give him no free shots. You got this kid. Give me the water, I need water, Joe. Give me a mouth, please. Not so hard, bro. Yeah.
Here you see Judah. Straight left, underneath. Second one over the top. Ropes keep Quiroz up, and Judah just takes his time. Send him up. Shooting that straight left, right over the top. And snuck in there with a walk-in right hand. Look at Judah's punches. He keeps them up.
He thought Quiroz was going down there. He stepped back.
He was admiring his work, and the ropes held him up.
But yo, stay right there, stay right there. Let's go.
Second round action between Zab Judah and Hector Quiroz underway. Scheduled for 12, if not a lot less.
So far, I'm very impressed with the tight defense by Judah. Sometimes he gets a little wild, but he's not showing it tonight. Still showing it. Still has the flash in the showboat where he dropped his hands, but he was still effective. Wouldn't recommend that for young fighters unless you're going to be really quick.
Very few fighters can get away with the hands down low.
Thomas Hearns kept one hand down. Judah's keeping both down. Some good body punches by Judah in the first round. Looks like he's trying to go back to the body now.
Digs in nicely. And Quiroz ties up. That's smart for him. But he needs to do something to make Judah respect him.
You should start by going to the body. He keeps going to the head, and that's playing into Judah. You're not going to hit him right until you slow him down. Look at that big miss. Not a lot of movement from Quiroz.
Shots here by Judah. A jab gets in. Good left hand behind that jab.
Quiroz is slowing down from those punches by Judah.
And those body shots have to take a toll. There were some big shots.
Judah's smart enough to go to the body, go to the head, bury his attack. Nice chopping left hand to the body.
And Judah went to the body without being at risk of being countered.
He's just taking whatever's open.
A right hand by Quiroz gets home. And Judah mocks him for it. And Quiroz tries to knock him back.
He's trying, he's just not fast enough.
It's funny, he's been a little slower with the punches and a little slower on the mock job, too.
Keep waiting for Judah to step back and then let fly a six-punch combination. At least.
Quiroz scoring with some right hands in this round. Judah inviting him in.
Quiroz is nothing right there. Nothing to the body. That's a good right hand by Quiroz.
Sneaky punch right off the break, and another good one by Quiroz. Well, that's one good way to fight a lefty.
Got to use that right hand.
So Quiroz shows he's still here in terms of his intensity.
Escuchando. No te eches mucha prisa. Hector, está serenito, muy bonito. Pícalo aquí y luego le pones la derecha suavecita para que te vengas con tu gancho.
Por favor, trabájame más la mano izquierda de allá. Píntalo, píntalo. Lo vas a ir embarcando poco a poquito, papá. Poco a poquito. Es tu noche. Él sabe que vas a ser campeón del mundo esta noche. ¿Verdad? Uno más.
One thing about fighting a Zab Judah, you cannot afford to make a mistake because he'll make you pay. Some fights that you one shot, but he can get 3 and 4 in there because he's so quick.
And then he can set you back so much. He's already out to the center of the ring before the bell rings. And he's moved back a little bit. Round 3 underway. Zab Judah and Hector Quiroz for the IBF Welterweight Championship. And mix it up inside. Quiroz trying to get close enough to do damage here.
He's trying to press the action, but that's just making Zab Judah want to fight a little bit more.
Quick left hand by Judah. And Quiroz mixing it on the inside nicely. Good clipping right hand by Quiroz.
Judah hasn't opened up yet. Quiroz just coming forward.
Another nice right hand by Quiroz.
Judah had talked about moving up to 147 to fight Shane Mosley, but going to concentrate on Quiroz right now.
He had him in some deep trouble in the opening round. Did not finish it then.
Nice little short left hand. When he had him hurt, he kind of watched his head. Trying to appreciate his own work instead of jumping on him.
There's a left hand by Judah. And then a shot underneath, a good uppercut.
Now he's opening up.
To the head, it looks like some blood coming from the nose of Quiroz.
Another uppercut by Judah.
That's a shot. You're not supposed to be able to fire it from a distance and get away with it, but he can. And a right hook gets in by Judah. Good speed here by Zab Judah.
Good speed, good angles, good shots. All by Judah. He pushes off Quiroz with a chopping left.
The cheekbone area is bloody for Quiroz. The scalp area is bloody. Judah is doing a number on him, although he is very game. Good left hand by Judah. And a right hook underneath. Then to the head.
Judah's back to getting that leverage all through his legs, planting himself right in front of Quiroz.
Quiroz stalking Judah. And Judah plays him. Scores with the jab and then gets away. So the Zab Judah show continues in round 3.
Stop! Hey, Doc! Hey, Doc! Dr. Evans!
Looks like the doctor's going up in Quiroz's corner.
They've got the bridge in the nose, there's blood.
Wait. No. It's nothing, Doc. It's a little cut on the nose. No problem. Come on.
So he's little to the trend.
Of course.
Okay.
And in truth, that's not a big one.
But who knows, it could open up.
Ya vi ese recto. Tranquilito, hijo. Aquí no hay problema. No hay problema de nada.
Uppercut or the hook. Let's keep, when you close them, keep dropping. All he's doing is trying to land on right hand. Don't pull back off him, baby. Stay back good there. Keep deep there. Let your hands go. He ready to go, man. You ready to go, guys? Take your time. Don't run in.
The girl's still in the ring.
Time, wait.
Waiting for the ring card girl to get out.
Box.
4th round action now. Zab Judah and Hector Quiroz. Judah
push him off.
implored
Don't
by
push
his
him off,
corner not to run in, but to take his time, jab his way in. Good body work by Judah.
He hit the body and spun out, so he saw the counter coming. And even though Quiroz couldn't pull the trigger on it, Judah was out of there.
Well, Judah looks good even when he misses.
Yeah. Seems like one of those guys that could win, like Willie Pett, the former great featherweight champion, could win a round without throwing a punch.
Stop punching. Watch those hits. Watch those hits.
He maintains his balance very well.
Quiroz still coming, bringing his head down.
Now Quiroz is coming straight ahead.
Not moving his head. Just moving side to side, but there he is. He gets caught.
That plays perfectly into Judah.
Push.
There's a right hand by Quiroz. Good speed here by Judah. Not much on those.
Stop punching.
Quiroz continues to try and walk Judah down, but comes up short.
He ducked all the way under, came up, doing some different angles now. I'd like to see Judah just work off that right jab and then bring the left behind it.
Judah had Quiroz seriously hurt in the opening round, and he did not finish it, so he finds himself in a longer fight.
Judah's working the body when he has the opportunity.
So in a round in which Quiroz kept coming to him, Zab Judah very content to play the angles and score with whatever shots are open. Fourth round goes in the books.
Another good round for Judah.
Más relajadito allá adentro. Él ya está muerto, no trae fuerzas. All right, go. Más relajadito.
Quiroz trying to catch his breath at all costs here.
That's all he's trying to do. You understand me? He throw the right hand hook. Slip, pop, pop, pop. Instead
He has with the right hand. You got the punch. You got a punch, baby. When you're down there, punch coming up.
combinations, Zab. Reed, come on, you super, baby. Let's go. Come on. 5.
Fifth round action scheduled for 12 between Zab Judah in the silver trunks and Hector Quiroz in the black. The IBF welterweight championship bout.
Judah goes back to the body. Quiroz corner's done a good job on that cut over the nose. Judah's still popping him.
There's a right hand by Quiroz. Judah trying to come back. Quiroz trying to swarm him. Good body work here by Quiroz, then he goes upstairs.
Very good flurry. Very good package by Quiroz. Body, head, smoking him, like you said. And right there, Judah's not giving him angles. He was just squared up against the ropes. Now he's back giving him an angle.
There's a jab by Quiroz as he tries to get close. We see Judah breathing hard for the first time in the fight.
I haven't seen Judah get hit this much in a fight. He's really, Quiroz is just getting in there, so he gets hit coming in.
Let go of the man.
Quiroz is landing a fair share of right hands. And since he wants to go after Shane Mosley, you get the idea that Judah certainly could not afford this.
No. He's scoring, but it looks like if he would just hold his ground, stop kidding around, might be able to get him out of there. He's got the faster hands. But he let Quiroz win a good part of this round.
Judah had Quiroz on the brink of going out in round one. Quiroz managed to get out of that, and although he's getting hit, has managed to stay 4 more rounds and land some good shots of his own.
Body work by Judah.
Quiroz counters with a right hand after Judah was able to land.
Quiroz's face is taking a beating.
So the pace of this one slows a bit as the 5th round comes to an end.
They always talked about Pernell Whitaker losing very few rounds in his career. We talk about Judah. I gave that round to Quiroz.
How you feel? Like I'm fighting. Huh? Like I'm fighting. You feel tired? Like I'm fighting. No, you fight.
Take a look at Magic Johnson, a great former NBA basketball player.
Go.
Businessman, entrepreneur right now. Opens a lot of movie theaters around the country.
It's nice to see somebody make the conversion after they leave.
Yeah. Opened up a big movie complex in Harlem, New York, and revitalized the area up there. And in California.
6 down. 6 down, coach. 6, Zab. 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 6. Let's go.
6th round action set for 12. Zab Judah. And Hector Quiroz.
Close that glove.
Quiroz is still pressing the action, still coming forward, making Judah fight.
There's something about surviving the early onslaught that has to help him extend the fight into the middle rounds here.
It seems like Quiroz's face is just starting to swell a bit.
Gets caught with the right hook. Good underneath work by Judah.
And finishes it off with a spin to get out of the way.
No matter what happens to him in this fight, Hector Quiroz is going to get his share of lead right hands home.
Oh, yeah. He knows how to fight a southpaw.
Judah puts a couple together.
Judah was doing so well early in the fight, dominating, and Quiroz is just, I think, shows disdain for his punching power. Just comes forward, takes his shot, and fires back.
Well, Judah was exceptional early on with his body punching, and it's picked up a little in this round, but to some extent it has abated.
Judah trying to work that right jab.
Yeah, Quiroz sporting a cut in the corner of his right eye. So he has a lot to contend with. Judah continues to back him up. Quiroz punched his way out that time.
Not punching as much, though, but look at his face. Under both eyes, starting to swell. Judah could be throwing so many more punches, so many more flurries, because Quiroz isn't exactly the fastest of fighters.
No, we saw a lot of it in the first round with Judah, but not as much thereafter. Crowd getting impatient.
Judah starts to open up with 20 seconds left to go and scores with a nice uppercut.
Something it seems he can do whenever he wants.
There's that
Good
flurry.
speed by Judah. Trying to bring Quiroz to him. And Judah flaunting it a little bit here.
Record producer.
He's got on the right eye from a punch.
We're looking at the eye very closely of Hector Quiroz.
Yeah, they'll have to be right on top of that.
His face looks like starting to break up a bit.
Sands down. Round 7. Sands down, coach. Sands down, coach. Chin out, guys.
Face is really taking a beating, Dave.
Yeah, it's swelling up there. Hector Quiroz, very game. Hopefully not too game for his own good. 7th round scheduled for 12. This is the 4th defense of Judah's IBF Junior Welterweight Championship.
Judah was kind of spurring the crowd on because they were booing in the last round, and he started to flurry late in the fight. We'll see if he continues it here.
But after seeing what he had done early, crowd didn't like him settling into a boxing mode. It's a left hand by Judah.
Judah had him. He was just against the ropes. Quiroz wasn't doing a thing. Judah starts to open up with some body shots again.
Judah with a clubbing left hand drives Quiroz back.
That right eye of Quiroz, especially below and on the side, it's starting to swell up.
And that's the spot for Judah's jab to go to work. Body shot there by Judah. That was a good one.
Nice chopping left hand by Judah. He starts to open up again.
Starting to get into another level. Judah on the outside starts with the jab, then goes in with 2 punches.
Like
good jab there.
He's hurting him with those shots to the face.
Another good one by Judah. Straight left hand. Uppercut.
I'm the referee. I got to look at that eye. It's really starting to take some shots now.
And you have to wonder how many times he'll survive between the rounds when they have more time to look at it. It really will become an issue in between rounds, too.
It looks a little discoloration under the right eye, and it's swelling over around the eye to the back, heading back to the ear. You see it's starting to look like an egg almost.
And as long as Quiroz punches, they'll be reluctant to stop it. But at some point, a determination will have to be made for his safety.
He's game, as he said. He's fighting back, but paying a price.
He needs to fight if a knockout was totally necessary, which it probably is. But how much is left in the tank of Quiroz? Judah puts another round in his corner.
I think I'd stop it, Dave. Looking at that eye, it's just getting darker. That's not a good sign.
Well, they're going to take a good look.
Yo, you see his eyes closing? His eyes closing, man. You got to just bang it. You got to use that jab, Zach. Use that jab, baby. That's all you got to do. Use that jab.
Well, they let it go for now, but you get the idea.
Time him.
It could end early in the end.
Sit down, just walk down.
Hold it right there. Hold it. Let Joe take care of it.
Right there, come back. Boom, come back. Uppercut.
You're all right. You're all right. No problem. Just get off your punches. Get off your punches. You're okay.
All right, you doing good. Keep, you gotta, this guy, he's tough. He's gonna keep his eyes almost closed.
There's a cut in there.
Cut, you got the swelling.
It's going around the side of the eye.
It's an ugly sight.
Come on. Stay sharp. He's looking for one punch there.
Hey, jab.
I mean, that's why they're warriors. But
There comes a point.
comes a point where this has to come to a close. We start round 8.
Got a 69-64 Judah.
But the issue is not really seemed in doubt. It's just a matter of whether Judah will stop him, the corner will stop it, or whether Quiroz will just take 5 more rounds of a beating. He is intense. You want to give a guy as much room as possible in a title fight especially. If he stops throwing, that might be the opportunity that they could use to justify a stoppage.
As you say, it's game, but you know, it looks like, just looks like the eye is getting bigger as we speak.
Yeah, there's being game, and it's a question of will he come back now in 3 months or 6 months?
You want him to fight another day, we want to make the day shorter. You know, it's one thing if he had dropped Judah, but that's, you know, hasn't even come close to happening.
But the other side of that is Judah has to press it for them to stop it as well.
Exactly. A nice flurry, showed him, you know, make it so he doesn't fire back.
Judah has scored well with his jab. His body shots have been very good. And he can't miss with the straight left.
Nice uppercut. Every once in a while, he kind of lulls us, not to sleep, but he just stops punching, showboats a little bit. But then he wakes us up with a big flurry.
Stop!
They'll take another look. They may stop it now.
I think
with that type of discoloration,
that's enough.
The referee brought him over.
Let him fight another day. I'd stop it.
That's
very good, very good. Let him fight another day.
Stop it. Let him fight another day.
He's going to stop it. Good.
It was very significant. Referee brings it over to the doctor. Now you're looking at something, a growth on the eye of Quiroz. You have to do it.
I mean, he's going to be on the shelf for a while, but no need to go on for another 5 rounds.
By stopping it now, instead of 2 to 3 rounds from now, you can cut his layoff time in half.
Yeah.
So Zach Judah, in spurts, looking like one of the top pound-for-pounders in boxing, and in spurts, looking a bit disinterested.
Might be wise for him to stay at 140 for a while, maybe try and unify the title.
156, Mr. Scott.
The other guy's going nowhere. There you see Judah coming underneath with the punches, and he would hit Quiroz, and he would just kind of stop and back up to collect himself. And you know it's got to hurt. There's Judah coming forward. Referee Dale Grable watching very closely. They see Judah just going after him. And it wasn't any telltale punch, it just was the accumulation of punches.
And watching Quiroz back off. We talked about the idea that Quiroz stopped punching for a while. That was the opportunity.
When he backed up in survival mode, he wasn't trying to set a trap, he was just trying to get away from Judah.
That was a good moment.
Yeah.
So Zach Judah becomes 25-0, 19 KOs.
We have the time of 1 minute 56 seconds in round number 8. Our referee in charge, Dale Grable, stops the contest due to a severe cut. The winner by way of technical knockout. He is still undefeated and still the IBF Junior Welterweight Champion of the World, Zab Super Judah.